What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 10 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We are almost through all of the restricteds. After this, we will just have Necrozma as well as Giratina. And we already are obviously using Necrozma later today. We still have to use the Dawn Wings, but I have a plan for that as well as Giratina. So looks like we are going to be able to finish things, which is great. But anyway, today we are using Mewtwo. This is a really cool team built by the PokesportsPodcast, focusing obviously on Mewtwo and really just doing whatever you can to support it. So first of all, obviously the star of the show is going to be this Mewtwo with the Life Orb. We're trying to hit as hard as we can, be as fast as possible, and just get big damage, right? We have Expanding Force, Shadow Ball, and Aura Sphere. Next up is a Pokemon I've never really used before, but I'm really excited for, is Aerodactyl. This is a Focus Sash Aerodactyl, and it is super fast, meaning we are going to have access to Tailwind. We do have Wide Guard for things like Kyurem as well as Calyrex, and finally Rock Slide just for some good damage. So overall, just a really nice supporting option. Next up, Indeedee, obviously being able to set up that Psychic Surge is great when you have Expanding Force on Mewtwo. We do have Redirection with Follow Me, as well as Shadow Ball for things like Calyrex Shadow. So once again, like I said, we are just really trying to support Mewtwo here, getting rid of a lot of the big threats that give it problems and just letting it clean up. Next up, we have Amoonguss. Amoonguss, once again, another Redirector, this time with Spore, Rage, Powder, Pollen Puff, and Protect. So we can heal up Mewtwo if it takes damage. We are obviously using Life Orb, so that is going to be some big chip. Next up, Incineroar, pretty classic. Not really much to say here. The only big thing is we do have Taunt, so that's going to be a little bit interesting to stop things like opposing Amoonguss or also just setting up Pokemon that really want to try and take advantage of the situation we're in. And finally, Choice Scarf or Shifu Water. I think it's just a really nice pick overall, a huge support Pokemon. Has seen a ton of play for a lot of really good reason. So that is the team. We do have the pace if you want to use it for the last couple days. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number one, and it is Groudon. It is Groudon, Regieleki with Moltres, a Grimmsnarl, Rillaboom, and Serena. So double dark with Rillaboom most likely carrying knockoff is a thing. I like Aerodactyl. Does Amoonguss has Protect. I like Aerodactyl Amoonguss with Mewtwo. We have no fairy type attacks, do we? We have no fairy type attacks. DD. Let's bring her Shifu just because it does damage. I'm not feeling super confident about this matchup for several reasons. Aerodactyl is max attack, and it should hit fairly hard. So that's at least helpful. We do have the ability for fast spores, so that's really nice. But I expect, what is this? This is Double Dark, baby, Double Dark. Love to see that. Let's just start putting stuff to sleep. Because that obviously is the correct plan. Let's go for a. Let's do that, and then let's just go for a Spore onto you. I fear the Moltres more than I fear the Grimmsnarl. Because Grimmsnarl, right, is really supportive. Yes, it can set up screens, but I can't stop it from doing that. So if I can put it to sleep, as you go just straight for a Reflect. Okay. Reflect is nice. This is probably going to be an Air Slash. Oh, Fiery Wrath. Okay. And you're Scarfed. You are Scarfed because of the fact that you went before. Wow, that's good damage. That's really good damage. Spore, going to connect, going to put you to sleep. I can continue to Rock Slide. I could also Tailwind. I'm going to Tailwind, and then I'm just going to Spore into Grimmsnarl. I don't have a reason not to. We're going to see a Thunder Wave into the Amoonguss. I think that's fine. Fast Asleep Moltres, yeah, we have confirmed. We have confirmed your item, so we can set up this Tailwind to be faster than you, and put Grimmsnarl to sleep. We're gonna put stuff to sleep. I think potentially the double up into Moltres might pick up the KO. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff here. Just because I want to get that damage in. We are seeing probably a Thunder Wave. Rock Slide will... Oh, we did miss the Moltres, unfortunately, which is a little bit of a big deal. Let's see how much this Pollen Puff does. Right? Amoonguss paralyzed. That's bad. Let's just go for another Rock Slide, and I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff here. I feel like the double up will pick up the KO. We are going to once again see Grimmsnarl fast asleep. There is a good chance that Moltres does wake up, but it also will have to deal with the flinch. We are going to trigger Berserk. That's actually really bad. I forgot about that. Please don't wake up. Perfect. You're going to stay asleep. Let's see how much Pollen Puff does. Pollen Puff does connect. Please KO. Survey says no, but we now have a guaranteed wide guard as well as a Pollen Puff into you. You cannot switch moves because we saw you are choice locked by the fact that you are going to be faster than this Aerodactyl. Thunder Wave gonna come out, so that is obviously a little bit scary, right? In the fact that you have the chance of paralyzing me as I go for wide guard. You have to go for a Fiery Wrath. This will be close. I don't think Pollen Puff KOs. If Pollen Puff does, we're in a fantastic spot. Pollen Puff does connect. Please KO. Boom. Nice. Okay, that's huge. That's super big. We got rid of the biggest threat to this team. We do have the ability to swap out Amoonguss. Yeah, we can swap out Amoonguss. In comes Groudon. I want to put it to sleep. I really do. Let's just go for a Rock Slide and swap into Mewtwo. Mewtwo is just going to kind of... We're essentially going to fodder Mewtwo. Right? I think Urshifu matters way more. And getting damage onto both of these is way too important. As, yeah, we are going to see the Heat Crash onto Mewtwo. We do survive, which is great. We are also faster than Grimmsnarl, which is a really big deal. It's a good chip. And this is going for an attack, so it looks like a Spirit Break. Yep, Spirit Break onto Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is going to go down. That critical hit is a little bit unfortunate. So what? We can... I can Rage Powder... What? Do we Rage Powder? Rage Powder and KO... Try to KO Groudon? Let's do that. Let's go for a Rage Powder here. And go for an Expanding Force onto the Groudon. What's nice is if we stall out the Sun, Urshifu can clean up. So we are going to see a Thunder Wave. Perfect. Amoonguss already paralyzed. As Expanding Force should do really big damage on a Groudon. Please pick up the KO. God, Mewtwo, why are you so terrible? Heat Crash. Perfect. Rocky Helmet chip. What? Does Rocky Helmet work? Yeah, it is going to work. We're forced now to bring out... Yeah, we're forced to bring out Urshifu. The question now is, where do you attack? I'm going to go for a Surging Strike here and go for an Expanding Force here. Thunder Wave can miss. If Thunder Wave misses, we're in an incredible position. Thunder Wave is going to hit. It is going to hit Urshifu. So that's actually fine because Mewtwo will be able to KO Groudon. Yeah, Expanding Force going to come out. This will pick up the KO there. Mewtwo should have 1 turn left. Right? Mewtwo has 1 HP. Oh my god. Okay, that's a little frustrating, obviously, to get paralyzed, but that is part of the game. The big question is, what do you have left, and can I one-shot you with Mewtwo? It is going to be Rillaboom! Okay, that's really bad. So, we do that, and we do that, and we say, hey, you're gonna... Yeah, we can't beat that. You should just T-Wave into Mewtwo and KO the Urshifu. Okay, Grassy Glide comes out into Urshifu. Yep, and then you are just going to Spirit Break into the Mewtwo to pick up... Oh, you're just going to Light Screen. Okay. If we KO, if we crit, Oh, wait, no, we're going to go down to Life Orb. So, a little bit tricky. Yeah, we're going to just go down to Life Orb chip. I'm trying to think of how... We could have brought in Didi. I guess Didi might have been the better option, all things considered. Or even Urshifu, or not Urshifu. I think Incin would have been a better option overall. It would have really helped being able to go for Fake Out, and it would have been better to obviously deal with Rillaboom in the endgame. So I think that would have been a nice change to have made. It obviously gets around Grimmsnarl, and Grimmsnarl was obviously going to be brought, given the fact that we had Mewtwo. But still, overall, a really solid first game, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is another Groudon team. It is going to be Groudon with Entei and Incineroar, Rillaboom, Regieleki, and Porygon 2. So I actually really just like Indeedee Mewtwo. Actually, let's do Indeedee Amoonguss. Or not Indeedee Amoonguss. Mewtwo Amoonguss. I kind of like doing this just so we can get the terrain off and then just immediately go for damage. Let's bring Amoonguss and then Incin. I don't think Aerodactyl's doing that much here. I mean, the double rock is really nice, no lie. It could be Scarf Entei. Scarf Entei would be really bad. Scarf Entei with Eruption would be very bad. But we are max special attack on Indeedee, as it is going to be... Okay, it is Entei Groudon, which suggests to me that you are going to actually be Scarf. Scarf Eruption. Mewtwo does have really high special defense. So the question is, do we think we can... I feel like Double Expanding Force. Double Expanding Force should just KO something. Let's go for... We are Psychic Seed. I'm going to go for an Expanding Force here and an Expanding Force here. Just try to play it a little safe. Like I said, if it's Scarf Entei, it's Bad News Bears. If it's Assault Entei, it's also probably Bad News Bears, but like slightly less. It's like probably the same. Assault Vest, I think, is... Or Scarf is worse if it's Eruption, because of the fact that you can Erupt before I can do damage. But at the same time, like I said, all of the options right now are kind of bad. We're going to see a swap. Groudon, this should be Rillaboom. Survey says, yep, it is Rillaboom. You're trying to change the terrain to weaken how much my Expanding Force does. We will at least get good chip onto you with Indeedee. As yeah, it is going to be Sacred Fire. We are confirming that you are Scarf. We will get really good damage out though. Let's see how much this does. That is going to... Oh my god, why didn't you KO? Expanding Force going to come out though. We are going to get... It's a good chip onto the Rillaboom. I say we try to... Let's protect and swap into Incin. Swap into Incin. We can at least intimidate the Rillaboom, which I think that should at least help us out a little bit. We could swap into Indeedee, Parting Shot the Entei to try and just like move stuff around. Yeah, swap into Indeedee, Parting Shot the Entei. We are going to see, yep, Sacred Fire going to come out. This looks like a U-turn into Incin. So a smart read there. Let's see kind of what they want to go into with this. Groudon would be interesting. Groudon would be scary, because then I feel like I have to double switch. Because I don't really want to... I don't want to sacrifice Incin. We are going to see... Okay, it is going to be Groudon. We have fake out pressure. Wait, I can't swap into. I'm gonna go into Indeedee and I'm gonna go into Amoonguss. Yeah, I gotta do this because then I can Sacred Fire. I can redirect because once Entei is gone, I feel like I'm in a lot better of a position. I really, really, really wish this was Pressure Mewtwo right now, because Sacred Fire would have significantly lower PP. But alas, here we are. This should be, like I said, a Sacred Fire into Indeedee and a Precipice Blades. And if Indeedee can survive the double up, that's ideal. We are going to take... Okay, we take one. Oh, we get burned. A little tricky. Precipice Blade's going to double connect, so Indeedee is not going to live. Yeah, Indeedee is 100% not going to live. But we do have Mewtwo. We do have Mewtwo able to come out and go for an Expanding Force. An Expanding Force and... a redirect, which obviously not ideal. I really, really wish I had Aerodactyl right now. Let's go here and nope, and go for a Rage Powder. We just need to, like I said, survive this turn. We know Entei is Scarfed, so you have to go into the Sacred Fire, right? You don't have a reason to go for anything else. Boom. Amoonguss gonna go down. We are gonna be able to at least take down Entei, but I really don't know why I didn't bring Aerodactyl. Oh, that's so close. Why could that have been a crit? Please, okay, please miss Precipice. Okay, you just went for Heat Crash. So unfortunately, we're not gonna take it with Mewtwo on this one. Yeah, we can't do anything here. You can just bring out Rillaboom and, yeah, Rillaboom, you'll have the faster fake out, and then after you fake me out, I can't stop you. Yep, we are going to see Rilla. I could hope you miss Precipice Blades. That is an option. You could miss Precipice Blades. You could miss Precipice Blades twice, which would let me KO your Groudon. And then KO Rillaboom and hope... Okay, you have the Mental Herb. Or the White Herb. Let's just do that. Like I said, we're not going to get it. But you never know. Precipice Blades can miss. I have seen weirder things happen. So, like I said, unfortunately, we're not doing... I mean, it's Mewtwo, and I can't just keep making excuses and saying, oh, it's the restricted. But yeah, that Entei was just such a tough matchup, and we're just really ill-equipped for it. As Precipice Blades is going to connect, that should just finish off Incin. Yeah, so unfortunate once again. Aerodactyl would have been really, really great. So that was a huge mistake on my part, but it is what it is. Overall, a good second battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, battle number 3, and it is Kyogre, so maybe we stand a chance. It is Chandelure with Serena, Incineroar, Whimsicott, a Kyogre, and Zapdos. So Aerodactyl is great for setting up Tailwind, right? I like Aerodactyl and Indeedee with Amoonguss, and that's so hard because I want Urshifu real. Do I want Urshifu? Urshifu is nice, but let's go with this. I think the amount of damage that we can do with Mewtwo hopefully should make up for it. And as long as they're not Scarf Ogre, we should be fine. This is a little tricky, but we have a guaranteed Tailwind because you don't have double. I mean, you could Water Spout Heat Wave. We are going to see Kyogre Wimmy. Kyogre Wimmy is perfectly fine with me because that lets me follow me in Tailwind. We should take the hit fairly comfortably. We do have Amoonguss, so that's fine. I do, like I said, I do want to match Tailwinds. Yeah, let's try and match Tailwinds. We are going to get the Psychic Seed. I could Do I think you're gonna... I'm gonna go for a Tailwind and go for an Expanding Force. Just given the fact that if you set up Tailwind with Wimmy, yeah, you're gonna set up Tailwind, so you're not gonna be dealing damage. This should be a water... It's a Thunder. So you're not even... Okay, I should have just gone for a Follow Me. That's fine, though. We are Focus Sash. So this is perfect, because now we are going to get up our Tailwind. Nice. And now we're going to do a ton of damage into this Ogre from this double Expanding Force. Right? This should be good chip. Boom. Okay. That critical hit really mattered, but you know what? We'll take it. I would like to protect... I'm going to protect, and I'm going to Expanding Force again. Because, like, I don't really have a reason not to. We're going to do that. I could swap. We're going to see the Ogre protect. That's fine. Wimmy is going to go for a taunt. Perfect. We're going to stop that, and that's going to let me hit you with an Expanding Force. So we'll get rid of Wimmy, which means that you no longer have Tailwind. And what we can do from here is probably switch out into a Moongus. Right? You shouldn't have a good answer into a Moongus. You could have Incin. We also have seen that the Kyogre is not Scarfed, which is a huge deal because of the fact that we are now the fastest thing on the field. It is going to be Zappy. Zappy is fine. We can go for a Rock Slide very safely and go for an Expanding Force. Yeah, this should be fine. We are going to see a Protect. That's fine. We just need to hit some stuff. If we hit some stuff, we're good. This Indeedee is putting in work. We're not even going to need Mewtwo, I say, and then it's going to come down to Mewtwo in the end. Kyogre, yep, in the red, so we get a flinch, so definitely a little bit of luck on our part, but Expanding Force is going to come out. It's going to KO this Ogre. Boom, Ogre is going to go down. We now have way more pressure onto the Zapdos, right, between Rock Slide and Expanding Force, and it looks like, I say jinxing myself, we might be able to pull this one off. And they're going to reveal, like, Incineroar, and I'm going to cry, and, like, we're going to lose to it. But, you know, we're not there yet, as they are going to be forced to bring it out. We might see a potential Rage, just given that flinch and the crit on Kyogre. But, you know, like I said, it's Mewtwo. They're thinking a long time about what Pokemon to bring when they have one left. Probably a disconnect, might be a disconnect. Anyway, I guess a showcase of Mewtwo, not necessarily a good one or a bad one, because Mewtwo is definitely one of the tougher restricted to use. Okay, we are going to finish this off. We are going to see Serena. Serena is fine with me. We do have a very clear Rock Slide, as well as an Expanding Force right here, and you shouldn't be able to do too much, especially after we hit this, and then we do have Mewtwo. Mewtwo should be able to come in pretty easily. I do want to preserve Indeedee, though, just for the terrain. So I might, depending on... It should survive this turn, and that'll let me swap it out into a Moongus, and then we can bring it back out in order to change the terrain and get really big Expanding Forces off with Mewtwo. But yeah, like I said, Mewtwo is just really outclassed by Calyrex and just every way, shape, and form, except it can take a Sucker Punch a little bit better. But, like, that's not really saying much. But, okay, we do double connect with the Rock Slide, which is huge. This should do God, Aerodactyl does so much damage, as we're going to get a double flinch. So, you know what? Sometimes Mewtwo needs luck to win, as, oh my God, we're doing so much damage. And the one game we're going to win, we don't even use Mewtwo, which, you know, it is what it is. We managed to pull off a win using this team. There is no way this Serena is going to be able to come back from this, and it took some luck, but we got there. And we did manage, thankfully, to use Mewtwo. We will be using all the restricteds before the end of the month, so look forward to that. And then we're hopping right into Series 11, still working on the rental teams for that. Hopefully we can get 5. I don't know if I can. It's kind of a long month, and the fact that I have to grind out so many candies makes this a little hard. I don't know what they're thinking about. I guess they're playing to timer, which, like, to be fair, I would be kind of frustrated if this is how this game went off, like, 3 flinches. We hit every single rock slide. So there's that. We crit their Kyogre and flinch their Kyogre. We hit every single rock slide. We got a lot of flinches, but like I said, it's Mewtwo, and we pulled it off. So once again, huge thanks to Pokesports for the team. Make sure to check it out if you're interested in playing Mewtwo for the last couple days. Let's take a look. Citrus Berry, don't care about you. Life Orb, Serena, yeah, you weren't gonna do much here. Ensign, you're not doing too much. A Wimmy with Focus Sash. Okay, that's where the Focus Sash was. Seance Ogre makes sense. But yeah, overall, a really solid battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling. Or not, we're done. Thanks all so much for watching, and until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.